According to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Therefore, all humans are entitled to rights and freedoms. However, many have and continue to suffer blatant abuse from individuals, organizations, and even the state simply because they live with disabilities. An example is Ghana, where some group of people are often marginalized by virtue of their physique or disability. Some months ago, Rita Kriba was prevented from boarding a local airline from Accra to Kumasi.
So when it was time for me to board the plane, a lady told me I can't send my crutches inside the plane. I told her I'm a person with disability. I can't leave the crutches behind and go. My other colleagues too joined in. So they told them that they should allow me so that they will aid me after the stairs. They will aid me to my seat, and then they can take my crutches and put it wherever they want to keep it. After landing, they will bring it to me so that I can continue my journey. But they said there is no way they can get me on board.
More disturbing is the fact that the institution that facilitates and propagates the rules and regulations to protect the rights of all was recently accused of violating these same laws they passed. Alex was not born with mobility impairment, but a polio injection that went bad has brought him to the state. Alex started using a stick to help him walk. Currently, an estimated 5 million Ghanaians are said to be living with various forms of disabilities, and these include the mobility impaired, thus those who cannot walk on one or both legs, the visually impaired, deaf and dumb, autistic, burn survivors, people with cerebral palsy, the midgets, and the mentally challenged. 2.8 million of these are reported to be suffering from mental illness, and interestingly, only 1% of the country's health budget is earmarked for mental health services, and even allocation of these funds has always been a tussle between government and the authorities mandated to take care of the country's mental health system. In Ghana, it is very common for a person living with disability to be stigmatized, as children who are regarded abnormal are seen as evil or cursed. According to statistics from the Center for Employment of Persons Living with Disabilities, which Alex Tete serves as the president, only 10% of members are employed. A larger percentage of them are in the informal sector, while the rest are left to fend for themselves as street beggars. Even for those who are able to go through school, getting employed in the formal sector can be a daunting task. Selassie Sikankun is a radio presenter at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation and is visually impaired. He shares his struggle about getting a job after graduating from the University of Ghana.
I loved radio so much. Immediately after my university, I said I wanted to do radio. So I went to Radio Universe and then asked if I can do national service with them. So I have some of the technicians teaching me how to go around the machines and all that. So right after Radio Universe, I was now an unemployed graduate. So I was going around from one radio station looking for employment. One radio station I went, they said their equipment are not compatible with persons with visual impairment. And I told them that there's no machine or no studio setup compatible with persons with visual impairment. But the only thing is you need to know where all the buttons are. But they seemed not to hear. So I quietly left them.
Selassie relies on his sense of touch to serve his listeners great tunes from complex studio gadgets that will baffle the sighted.
Chiquitita by the group known as ABBA, ABBA.
Selassie may be blind, but the fun of being active on social media is not lost on him.
So I go on all the social medias networks here. That's Facebook, WhatsApp. This assistive technology.
Okay.
So this test of a helpless woman.
Chapter 2.
So
Forwarded.
this is
Your
chapter
message.
1.
Tales of a Helpless Woman. Chapter 1. My name is Mwansa Yand. I am an orphan who was raised by my uncle and his wife. My parents passed on in a terrible car accident when I was 3 and I joined my grandmother in the village.
Compose message. Cat G. Cat H. Cat H. O. O. W. W. Space. Space. How. A. A. E. W. E. R. E. E. Space. Space. R. Y. T. Y. U. U.
I can even do emojis.
Next. More. Next keyboard.
Let me do some
Next
emoji here.
Next keyboard. Frequently used. Kissing face with closed eyes.
This kissing
16.
face.
Smiling face licking lips.
So
Smiling face licking. Smiling.
Selassie has endured various forms of discrimination throughout life, even who to date became a problem.
most family members fear the unknown. They feel, oh, if somebody with disability, you have to hold him from one place to another. You have to make sure that you are always with him. It's a 24-hour job, and then you wouldn't have a life on your own and all that. But it is not the case. I go to places with my wife, yes. I go to church with her. The parents were very, very cooperative. But we have some extended family members who were trying to be very difficult. Whilst I was stepping on the accelerator, they were stepping on the brakes. But then as we were praying, and then we told God to hold our legs on the accelerator, those stepping on the brake couldn't succeed. And then that is where we got to.
He now wants government to do better, especially in the education sector, for persons living with disability to also get the chance to live happily.
Persons who are visually impaired sometimes don't even have materials to learn with. And then they are going to write the same exams with persons who said they are not challenged, So it becomes very difficult. Sometimes you might not understand, because most of these people claim to be Christians and Muslims. And in all these religious books, they said, show love to everybody.
Human rights, of course, is at the heart of the Sustainable Development Goals. And it tells you that without the rights of the dignity of humans, we cannot have a sustainable development. And that is why I challenge you to be more friendly to persons living with disability. Give them enough respect, because we all have the right, equal rights to life. My name is Farida Shaibu.